Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I've had this for 6 months now, since its initial launch back in February of 2023. And I've got some stuff to say because in the past couple weeks, something new has popped up while using this device. And I want to share with you guys what I've experienced, just my general thoughts, what I think about this phone, and my experience of using this for the past 6 months. So starting off with this design, like I still love this design. I love how it's boxy, but it also has less of a curve on the display, and hopefully next year they go completely flat display. It's still very beautiful and still great to hold in the hand. But I gotta say, like this Gorilla Glass 2 Victus, or Gorilla Glass Victus 2, whatever you want to call it, it's not been pretty good. Like I have a lot of scratches on my S23 Ultra, and it can change from person to person. I try to make sure I don't use any keys and the phone inside the same pocket, but sometimes if I do carry two phones, like the back of one camera scratches this, so that can play a role in it. But nonetheless, like my S22 Ultra never had this many scratches as the S23 Ultra, and I try my best to take really good care of my devices. But other than that, like the display quality itself is great. Like watching content, YouTube videos on this, scrolling the internet, sending emails, texting, whatever it is, playing games like your favorite mobile game. Mine is Call of Duty Mobile. You might be playing Pokemon Go. I play that game here and there. The display is awesome, 120 hertz LTPO. I hope Samsung ups it up and really gives the Ultra its true value by going like ultra specs, like 144 hertz. I don't know, something really good. I would love to see that. But other than that, like display has been great. Now this is where the thing that I kind of went through the past couple weeks plays in, and that's performance. So generally, like it's been really good the past 6 months. This has 12 gigs of RAM and 200 or 512 gigs of storage on board, and it hasn't hiccuped. It hasn't like stuttered at all, and it's paired with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 made for Galaxy. But the thing that I noticed is actually it does stutter. What I mean is like when I'm scrolling apps, it's not as smooth as it used to be out of the box. And I went through settings. Well, actually, at the very beginning, I went through the settings. I scrolled down the Windows animations to like 0.5, and I did all of that stuff at the very beginning. I haven't touched it, and now it doesn't feel as smooth. So I don't know, but it's very visible, and it wasn't like this, give or take a couple weeks prior to when this started to happen. It wasn't like I woke up one morning, I was eating the phone, and then a couple hours in, it just started to like lag, like smoothness wise. It still feels fast, but I can see like the refresh rate kind of drop. I can't really tell what it is, but it really has caught my eye, and it's been really bugging me ever since. But other than that, like 12 gigs of RAM, the 512 gigs of storage, it's been quite compelling. And Call of Duty Mobile, sending emails, watching YouTube videos, all of that stuff has been really good. Like it's a really good powerhouse of a device, but I hope Samsung does kind of bring more to the Ultra name, like more, give them more specs. This is like taking place of the Note series, and back then when the Note was still available, like widely available, Galaxy Note 3, Note 4, the Note was like the Ultra. Like if you wanted the best of the best from Samsung, you go with the Note device. The best specs, the best screen, everything about it, the extra features, you go for the Note. And this is the Ultra, and it's carrying the S Pen. Like I want to see more Ultra things in here. Now in regard to the S Pen, I don't really use it every day. In fact, I maybe use it like once a week, and that's like for a couple minutes. But it's come really handy in signing documents, or signing leases and whatnot. And I do believe that the S23 Ultra has the necessary optimizations to last more than 3 years, both in hardware and in software. So if like you're using this as your daily device, it supports 4 years of software updates. And I believe it will support those 4 years of software updates without any issue. With the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 made for Galaxy, the software optimization with One UI, and we're actually expecting One UI 6 beta, so it's going to be built on top of Android 14. We're expecting the beta to drop in in a matter of days at the time of this recording. Maybe it might be out when this video is out, who knows? But I will be checking out One UI 6, the beta version nonetheless, and I'll be sharing my thoughts about that with you guys. Cameras, it's been the same since my 4 months. Like in the past 2 months, really haven't had any issues. I love zoom. I love the fact that I can zoom in and still be able to use the 100x zoom. The quality is still very good. And that's really it. I don't really have anything else for camera. I don't use it to record video that often, but for point and shoot, it gets the job done. Shutter lag, it's like I have to be a little bit more precise on what I'm taking. Like if I'm taking a moving object, I do struggle. Like I have my cat and I take pictures of this with my cat, and it's just not the greatest because when she's moving, I don't get the greatest result. But if it's with a different phone that doesn't have that shutter lag, it takes a better result. But other than that, camera has been very good. It has with things like 8K recording, but again, I don't find the need for it. Maybe one day I will, but as of right now, I don't. Let's talk about the battery. So 6 months later, is it still the same battery as it was when I first got the phone? No, it's not. It's definitely not. It's still very good. It lasts me the entire day, but I'm a heavy user. Like I'm using this for all of the things I do throughout the day, and I've seen a slight decrease. And the phone, like for example, it lasts me until 10 p.m. each night before on a heavy day, but now it lasts me like half an hour, 45 minutes less. So like at 9:15 to 9:30ish is when like I have to plug it in. And if I still need to use it, that's a bummer because I gotta plug it in and I don't wanna use it when I'm plugging it in. That's just my own call. Now, I can still rely on the battery life. Like if I wake up in the morning and I have it fully charged 100%, I can still rely on it. If you're a light user and you're not gonna be using your phone the entire day, I think this will even last you 2 full days. Like you won't have any issue whatsoever. So battery life, it's been very good, but that kind of gets me thinking, and I'm going to be coming back to this a year later too, but 2 years, 3 years down the line, how will the S23 Ultra hold up? Really curious about it. That's gonna bring me into price of the S23 Ultra. Like it's expensive. At launch, $11.99. Granted, now you can always find it on sale. I've seen it for as low as $8.99 at one point. So like if you are looking for the S23 Ultra, don't pick it up when it's $11.99. It'll drop, it usually drops to $9.99, but there was a point where I saw it at $8.99 unlocked, 256 gigs base model. That is expensive, but compared to $1,200 for its base price, it's still really good. So with that $200 to $300 discount, it gives more reason to pick up this beast of a device. And not only that, if you're located in the US, you can probably find a great carrier deal that's probably going to knock off more off that price. So all in all, like I love Galaxy S23 Ultra. I love using this device. And as of right now, I'm still using it. Obviously, when I start getting more devices in the studio, as the tech season starts to kick in with September or Techtember, October Techtober, and November Techvember, there's gonna be so many devices coming in the studio, so I'm going to be switching. But look, I've used this as my main, like I came back to this each time I tested a phone. I'd still come back to this because it was great. I was able to rely on it for many of the things I talked about in this video. Granted, the new thing of it being a little like the lag while swiping screens and whatnot, but that's just something I know. I'm nitpicking at this point. It's still a very reliable phone, and I can still recommend this device. In fact, if you find this on a good deal, $9.99, $8.99, pick it up. There's no need to wait for the S24 Ultra. We're at a point where every single year the upgrades have become more incremental than like huge. It's less of an upgrade each year. Like they're making small changes, slight changes to make the user experience better and the device itself overall better, but it's not like a huge leap. We're not taking a huge leap in battery performance or a huge leap in software performance or camera performance. They're all incremental updates. So Galaxy S23 Ultra, still worth it, still use it. 6 months later, still recommend it. And also, if you've got to this part of the video, this video is sponsored by me. Yeah, it's by me. I have my merch. You'll see it in the description down below. You'll see the merch tab, the merchandise tab on the channel. And I have a lot of things. Actually, I have my cup right in the kitchen, but I have my desk mat right here. I have coffee mugs. I have pillows. I have cases, and everything really goes back into the channel. So it does mean a lot. And I also have wallpaper packs. This is my latest one, and I'm actually working on a new one. So hopefully that's gonna come out soon, but this is my latest one. It is called Jello. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below if you do want to take a look and support the channel. I can't wait for the next couple weeks and the next couple months. Lots of great content is planned, and I'm working on a bunch of side ventures as well, so definitely be sure to stay tuned. And thank you all so much for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.